exactly that. So if you are working, if you've got an agent, they'll generally invoice on your behalf. If you're working for yourself, you need to invoice that person so that they pay you. So on your invoice, you need to include the date of the invoice, a description of the work you've done. You need to include your name, you need to include your bank account details, you need to include the amount that they owe you, and it needs to be really clear of how much they've got to pay, because then they'll pay you from that.
How do you know that?
They'll tell you. So when you apply for jobs, most jobs will tell you how much you get paid, right? So say it says we want someone to do a children's theatre tour for 1 month, the pay is £1,000. If you get that job and then you finish that contract, you already know, because you've signed the contract to say yes, I'm happy to do that for that money. You already have a contract saying that they're going to pay you £1,000 at the end of it. You then make an invoice that says amount owed, £1,000, here's all the details you need. You send it to them, normally via email, their accounts team will sort it out and they'll put the money into your account. Yeah? On invoices as well, guys, you can put a date limit, so mine say kind of 2 weeks, like money is due 2 weeks from the date of invoice, just to make sure that people aren't paying you ages and ages later. You want to get them to pay you within kind of a month of you doing that work, because otherwise they'll try and sneak it off and then you end up in a bit of a legal battle. So yeah, just make sure you date everything and keep all your emails so you've got correspondence between you and whoever you're working for. Yeah. Yes, Kieran.
So an invoice, why? So say I got paid, right, and then I sent the money off to the government for tax or whatever.
Yeah.
Why would I then need to contact the person who paid me and tell them about the invoice?
You do that first.
What does it do?
So you need to put an invoice into that company so they know how much to pay you.
But surely they've given me the contract that I've signed.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Surely they should know that.
Yeah, they would, but they still have to have proof that they've paid you for the work. Think of it like this. You know when you go shopping and you buy something in a shop and they give you a receipt? That receipt shows that you bought that item and you paid for it, and if you want to return it you can, or if you've got any problems with it you've got evidence of it. It's the same thing in work. So you invoicing them tells them that you've done the work for them and they paid you. And the reason a lot of the time that you have to invoice is the people you generally work with don't always pay you. So you might be working alongside a team of directors or producers, they don't know anything about how much you're getting paid, that will go to accounts. So it's going to go to a different person, yeah? So you have to send them an invoice so that they know how much to pay you and so that it lines up with the contract that they've given you, yeah? The thing is as well, guys, you've got to remember that some contracts, your pay will differ depending on what you're doing. So they might say, okay, you're allowed to travel on top of your payment. So say someone owes you £1,000, if you paid £40 in train tickets, you're gonna, if that's in your contract that you get your travel back, you're gonna photocopy your train ticket, put it on that invoice and say you also owe me this extra £40 for travel. So they're gonna pay you £1,040. So that's gonna be different from the amount in your contract. So that invoice is gonna tell them how much to pay you exactly, and it's broken down really, really clearly. Does that make sense?
Should we just